This is ASA One-on-One. I'm Jim Hirt, Chief Executive Officer for the American Society of Appraisers. We're speaking with ASA leaders and members from around the world. Today, we are joined by Sharon Desfor, President of the ASA Board of Governors. Well, welcome, Sharon.
Thank you, Jim.
So, on the subject of building relationships with board members,
Yes.
There are greater demands on association leadership. You've participated on various boards and committees, both inside and outside of ASA. How do you keep a board focused on the important priorities of the association?
The answer is really easy, Jim, but making it work is really difficult. I mean, the answer is keep control of the meeting. Keep the board on topic of strategy. We've been talking for years about how we have a bad habit of delving down into the weeds of day-to-day activity when we all know that we're supposed to be strategically oriented. So that's kind of my goal for the year, is to get the board focused on doing strategic things, thinking about strategic initiatives, following through on our strategic plan. And really that's a matter of just making sure that people don't digress in the meeting, actually keeping control of their conversations.
So what action should ASA members avoid when interacting with the board?
So don't keep your mouth shut. Open it up and talk. 2, bringing a problem forward without proposing any ideas for solution. Yes, we're human beings. Everybody's always going to find something that can be improved. So don't just say, that doesn't work. Go to your governors and say, this doesn't work for these reasons, and I think if you modify this or eliminate that or add this thing, it'll make it better. And I think that's probably the most important thing. Don't just come with problems, offer some solutions too.
When looking at ASA,
Yes.
Do you see more activism among our members? And if so, how do you see that activism impacting the association?
It's patchy, Jim. It really is. Sporadically, you get a group of new people who get involved and interested. They go for leadership positions, they volunteer, they join committees, they help with things, they do phone campaigns, they edit textbooks or write articles. And then you get long stretches where it's the same people volunteering over and over again. So it's I think really critical for people to remember to keep coming forward.
What opportunities do you see ASA having to engage more of its members, from the student member to the most senior ASA expert?
I think that our social media platforms are underutilized. I am one of these ridiculous people who belongs to like 35 different LinkedIn groups, right? I mean, I don't Facebook and I don't tweet, but I'm a LinkedIn-aholic, right? And ASA has a really nice group, and people post discussions to it, and nobody answers. So I'm like, I would really encourage people to answer. Offer comments, pose questions, look for insights from other people, get opinions from other people in related fields. Let's use what we've got, because using it makes it better. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is getting more people to come to the international conference. I mean, think about it. We've got a lower price than a POV class, about the same number of CE credits, 20 times the networking capacity, and I ran some numbers and we've got about 14% of our membership comes. Shouldn't that be more like 30?
So can you share with us 2 or 3 things that an association member who really wants to get into a leadership position within ASA, what are a couple of things that they really could begin doing now so it prepares them for that future leadership position?
Well, the first thing is obviously sit in on some meetings. You could go to your local chapter meeting. You can sit in on a discipline committee meeting. You can call the chairman of the standing committees and ask them if they have any open meetings that you could sit in on. You can attend a board meeting. By far, the majority of committees and the board all have teleconference meetings. You know, you want to come to the board meeting, call Susan Fisher. She'll set you up with the phone number and the passcode. Call the discipline chairman, find out when is their next teleconference. If you're going to the BV conference, if you're going to the international conference, walk around, sit in on the meetings. But you know, they're all there, they're all open, and there's no reason you can't come in and sit and listen and learn. And at that point, you should have an idea of where you're comfortable. Chapter, board, standing committee, discipline committee. I mean, there's so many options here. Sit in on one of each or two of each, and when you find your niche, that's when you start going to those meetings and you volunteer a little bit of your time. You say, well, I'm not on your committee, but I'd love to be on that task force, or I would love to volunteer to help you edit this book or that publication, or bring an article into your discipline's journal. So as you participate a little bit, you get to know the people on the committee or on the board. And when the next seat opens up, run for it.
Well, thank you, Sharon, for sharing with us your insights and your advice. And on behalf of all of ASA, we want to thank you for your time and your effort in serving as president of the Board of Governors. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.